everyone. This is Chad from WorkPath Visas. Wanted to give you an update on those of you that are applying for adjustment of status. So most of you, if you're seeing this video, might be going through the consular process already. But for those of you that are inside the United States that were applying for an adjustment of status, this relates to you. So USCIS released a memo saying that officers will look more closely at adjustment of status cases. It does not mean that adjustment of status is gone. It also does not mean that everyone must leave the United States for consular processing. The news made this sound worse than it is. However, it does mean that every case needs to be prepared carefully. So USCIS is going to look closely at whether each applicant deserves to be going through an adjustment of status versus leaving the country and doing consular processing. So they're going to be looking at some positive factors of why would they allow you to stay in the country and do an adjustment of status. So one is, well, how long have you been in the US? How long have you worked in the US? Can you show steady employment history? Right? Is there any hardship that your employer is going to face if they make you leave the country? They'll look at things like, did you pay your taxes? Have you committed any crimes? Whether or not you were employed under unauthorized employment. They'll look at your education level, if you've taken education or training in the US. Even your ability to speak English will be looked at. Family ties, right? Do your spouse, children live in the US? Are your children attending a US school? Is there any hardship for your family if they had to leave? No, this means hardship, not in, well, yeah, of course it's hard if we have to travel, but extenuating circumstances. Do you own property in the US or do you own a business in the US? That would be positive. Even things like, are you involved in your community? Is there volunteer work? Or do you work for nonprofits or volunteer for nonprofits or some type of charity? If you've had US military service, that would be a past thing that would be positive and favorable. So we also think that people that are in the United States on TPS or U4U because of the wars around the world, obviously that we believe that that's going to be a reason for you to stay and do adjustment of status. U4U and TPS are because of serious conditions in certain countries. So returning to your home country is going to be unsafe or unrealistic or create serious hardship because of that. So those could be important factors. The main point is this. We do not want to simply file your paperwork and hope that USCIS approves it. We're going to need to prepare the strongest case possible to show the positive factors in your life, in your work, in your family, and your contributions to the US to get them to agree that you should just be under an adjustment of status. So don't panic. Adjustment of status is still available, but please don't ignore this update. This is time to get organized and careful and get all that evidence together. So if we are applying for you for adjustment of status, don't leave the US or make any like big immigration decisions without first speaking to a qualified immigration attorney. So we'll keep talking to you about the situation. As we learn more, we'll let you know, but we will need to prepare your cases differently than what we would have before. Thank you.